What if the secrets to thriving relationships weren't buried in self-help books or couples therapy sessions, but hidden in plain sight in the annals of ancient wisdom? What if a philosophy embraced by emperors, warriors, and philosophers over 2,000 years ago held the key to unlocking deeper connections, navigating conflicts with grace, and cultivating enduring love in our modern lives? This isn't a far-fetched idea. It's the potential of Stoicism, a philosophy born in ancient Greece and as relevant today as ever. Far from advocating emotionless detachment, Stoicism, at its core, is about mastering our emotions, not erasing them, to live a life of virtue, purpose, and yes, even love. Think of Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, leading his empire while journaling Stoic reflections on duty, self-control, and acceptance. Or Epictetus, a former slave who became a renowned Stoic philosopher, teaching that our power lies in focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and reactions, not external events. These Stoic principles, once reserved for emperors and scholars, offer timeless wisdom for navigating the complexities of modern relationships. By understanding and applying these principles, we can transform our relationships, building stronger bonds and cultivating deeper love than we ever thought possible. Stoicism, in its essence, is a practical philosophy for everyday living. It doesn't offer quick fixes or magical solutions. Instead, it provides a framework for understanding our place in the world, managing our emotions, and living a life aligned with virtue. And what better arena to apply these principles than in the crucible of human relationships? At its heart, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. We can't control our partner's words or actions, but we can choose how we respond. We can't control life's inevitable curveballs, but we can control how we navigate them together. Imagine facing a disagreement with your partner. Instead of reacting with anger or defensiveness, Stoicism encourages a pause, a moment to observe our emotions, and choose a more constructive response. This doesn't mean suppressing our feelings, it's about acknowledging them, understanding their root, and choosing a course of action that aligns with our values and strengthens the relationship. This approach may seem counterintuitive in our culture of instant gratification and emotional reactivity, but Stoicism reminds us that true strength lies not in reacting to every impulse, but in responding with wisdom, compassion, and resilience. It's in these deliberate choices, these small acts of emotional mastery, that we unlock the potential for deeper, more fulfilling relationships. How can we translate these ancient principles into actionable steps for our modern relationships? Let's explore some practical applications of Stoicism that can transform our interactions with loved ones. First, practice empathy by consciously shifting perspective. Instead of focusing on being right, strive to understand your loved one's viewpoint. Imagine yourself in their shoes, considering their experiences and emotions. This simple shift in perspective can dissolve conflicts before they escalate. Second, embrace acceptance by acknowledging that we can't control everything, especially other people. Trying to change our partners only leads to frustration and resentment. Instead, focus on accepting them for who they are, appreciating their strengths, and understanding their limitations. Third, cultivate gratitude by shifting your focus to the positive. Instead of dwelling on what's lacking, take time each day to appreciate the good in your relationship. Express your gratitude to your loved ones, both verbally and through thoughtful gestures. This consistent practice of gratitude can shift your entire perspective, fostering a deeper sense of appreciation and connection. The Stoics believed that virtue is the sole good, the foundation for a fulfilling life. They identified 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These virtues are not abstract ideals, but practical tools for building stronger, healthier relationships. Wisdom, in the Stoic sense, is about living in agreement with nature, understanding the impermanence of all things, and making choices aligned with our values. In relationships, wisdom manifests as thoughtful communication, the ability to see the bigger picture, and the willingness to learn and grow together. Justice, for the Stoics, meant treating others fairly and honestly, recognizing their inherent worth. In relationships, justice translates to respect, trustworthiness, and keeping our promises. It's about showing up for our loved ones, even when it's difficult. Courage, in the Stoic framework, is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. In relationships, courage means having difficult conversations, setting healthy boundaries, and standing up for what we believe in, even when it's uncomfortable. Temperance, the final virtue, is about moderation and self-control. It's about finding balance in our lives and relationships, avoiding extremes, and making choices that support our long-term well-being. Conflict is an inevitable part of any relationship. But Stoicism offers tools to navigate these challenges with grace and resilience, emerging stronger on the other side. The Stoics understood that our initial emotional reactions are often driven by primal instincts, not rational thought. When conflict arises, instead of reacting impulsively, pause, take a breath, and observe your emotions. This simple act of pausing creates space for reason to enter, allowing you to respond with more intention and less reactivity. Remember, you can't control your partner's actions or words, but you can control your own response. Choose to approach the situation with empathy, seeking to understand their perspective rather than immediately defending your own. Ask clarifying questions, listen actively, and strive for a resolution that benefits both parties. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, conflicts escalate. In these moments, remember the Stoic principle of acceptance. Accept that you can't control the situation entirely, but you can control your own thoughts and actions. Choose to respond with integrity, kindness, and respect, even in the heat of the moment. Acceptance in the Stoic sense is not about resignation or passivity. It's about acknowledging reality as it is, without resistance or judgment. It's about embracing the good, the bad, and the indifferent with equanimity, understanding that true peace comes from accepting what we can't control. In relationships, acceptance is paramount. It means accepting our partners for who they are, flaws and all, without trying to change them. It means letting go of the need to be right, choosing understanding over judgment. It means embracing the imperfections that make us human, recognizing that true love thrives in an environment of acceptance. When we practice acceptance, we release the need to control outcomes, allowing ourselves to be present in the moment. We let go of resentment, anger, and frustration, creating space for peace, joy, and connection. Acceptance, in its essence, is about surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that whatever unfolds, we have the inner strength to navigate it with grace and resilience. Jealousy and possessiveness, these twin shadows of insecurity, can poison even the strongest relationships. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to these destructive emotions, guiding us towards secure attachment and unshakable trust. The Stoics understood that jealousy stems from a fear of loss, a clinging to something we perceive as essential to our happiness. But true happiness, they argued, cannot be found in external possessions or relationships. It resides within us, in our own virtue and inner peace. When jealousy rears its head, remember this Stoic principle. You are complete within yourself. Your worthiness of love and happiness is not contingent upon another person's actions or affections. Cultivate self-love, self-acceptance, and self-sufficiency, knowing that your happiness is ultimately your own responsibility. Possessiveness, like jealousy, arises from a place of insecurity. It seeks to control another person, believing that our happiness depends on their actions. But true love thrives in freedom, in allowing our partners the space to be themselves. Instead of clinging tightly, practice detachment. Trust that your partner chooses to be with you, not out of obligation, but out of love and free will. Focus on nurturing your own growth and happiness, knowing that a secure relationship is built on two individuals who are complete and confident in themselves. Forgiveness, in the Stoic framework, is not a sign of weakness, but an act of strength and wisdom. It's about releasing the bitterness of the past, not for the sake of the other person, but for our own peace of mind. Holding on to grudges, the Stoics argued, is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It keeps us tethered to the past, preventing us from moving forward and experiencing the fullness of the present moment. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning hurtful actions or forgetting the past. It's about acknowledging the pain, choosing to release the anger and resentment, and moving forward with compassion and understanding. In relationships, forgiveness is essential for healing wounds and rebuilding trust. It's about extending grace to ourselves and our partners, recognizing that we all make mistakes and choosing to move forward together, stronger and more connected than before. The Stoics believe that love is not merely a fleeting emotion, but a choice, a commitment to the well-being of another. It's about acting with kindness, compassion, and understanding, even when it's difficult. Building enduring love in the Stoic sense requires cultivating virtue in ourselves and our relationships. It's about choosing wisdom over reactivity, justice over selfishness, courage over fear, and temperance over excess. It's about approaching challenges as opportunities for growth, navigating conflicts with grace, and embracing acceptance as the foundation for lasting peace. It's about practicing forgiveness, releasing the weight of past hurts, and choosing to move forward together with love and understanding. The Stoic path to love is not always easy. It requires effort, self-reflection, and a willingness to challenge our own perceptions. But the rewards are immeasurable. Deeper connections, greater resilience, and a love that weathers life's inevitable storms. The wisdom of the Stoics, though centuries old, remains strikingly relevant in our modern world. Their teachings offer a roadmap to navigating the complexities of relationships, providing tools for building stronger bonds, resolving conflicts peacefully, and cultivating enduring love. Remember Marcus Aurelius' words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This is the essence of Stoicism, focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and actions, and responding to life's challenges with wisdom, courage, and resilience. Your journey to stronger, more fulfilling relationships starts today. Embrace the principles of Stoicism, not as rigid rules, but as guiding principles for living a life of virtue, purpose, and love. The path may be challenging at times, but the rewards are immeasurable. Start today and unlock the transformative power of Stoicism in your own life and relationships.